I'm telling you, those systems were designed by eggheads who know nothing about Rapidium.
Hello, Dulski here.
Jan, tell me you did it. Tell me you have the Ark.
I did it.
Well done. Now, all we need to do is bring it home safely. Are you making progress with that obstacle of yours?
I'm still looking for a way out.
Oh, I don't want to cause panic. You better hurry.
And how's my rescue team progressing?
They'll be on time, Jan. Just make sure you are. Do what it takes to make your way to the other side of the planet, and leave the rest to me.
It would have gone way faster if I didn't have to build that damn Ark for you.
Do you really think it's just a whim for me?
I wouldn't call it a whim, but it can obviously be a career booster for you.
Career? Apparently you don't know very much about me, or my career. Why don't you relate to yourself a little more?
Well...
Imagine coming back without Rapidium, and having to face the thought, what if I hadn't given up? Would you live with yourself while the world would deteriorate before your eyes? All because you put your sorry ass first.
All right. Point taken. I'm gonna need your help.
What can I do for you?
I need blueprints for superconductive bridge anchors from Project Versant.
Versant? But how do you know about that?
My scientist Alter told me.
A scientist? Really? And one familiar with aborted scientific programs unknown to the public?
Aborted? Are you sure?
Yes. Project Versant was terminated years ago due to lack of satisfactory results.
But my scientist said they developed some tech
My word. Are you saying that he thinks it still exists? That's fascinating. Your scientist must have been part of it somehow. And in his reality, the program was a success. That's amazing, Jan. You do understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. He did mention an undergraduate student of his who went to work for the program.
The proverbial flap of the butterfly's wings. It must feel incredible to realize such a universe-bending potential in your life path.
This is more fucked up than I thought.
Poetry.
What?
A good poem should resist comprehension, almost successfully. Your situation reminded me of that phrase. It is confusing, or fucked up as you put it, but it fuels the imagination and opens the mind. Just like poetry.
Is that supposed to help me?
I have an idea. It's a long shot, but it might be all we have. Project Versen did leave behind unfinished drafts. Crisscrossed formulae, discarded calculations, the usual scribbles of a scientific stream of consciousness at work. For what it's worth, I'll ask Lucas to send it over to your terminal. Maybe that resourceful alter of yours can put it to good use.
Oh, okay. It's better than nothing, I guess.
I have to say, Jan, I'm beginning to see more and more potential in this situation of yours. I hope we speak soon. Good luck, as always.
Hey, man. Want me to lend a hand with this?
So, I have news about the anchor blueprints you asked for? I certainly hope so, because I just saw something come in from mining ops, and it looks like a bad joke. Did you precisely ask for bridge anchor blueprints? Of course I did, but this is all that bunch of amateurs was able to give us. Random odds and ends of unfinished research? I find that hard to believe. This looks more like the musings of a madman than serious work. No. Give me the real thing. I'm not touching this parody of a prototype. Look, I know it's not perfect, but I believe in you. Just think, they came up with this thing only because you existed. It's gotta mean something. Well, if you put it that way, I can try. Hey, I'd like to talk about those filters, you know? The miner's idea. You can't be serious. You know this whole thing is ridiculous, right? He's got a point, though. What if something contaminates our water? Well, you're the captain. You want me to research filters? I'll research filters. Another movie.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Hey, is that one following me? What the hell? What is this? Another anomaly? Huh? It looks out of this world. Where my stuff landed here?
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? we talk?
So, had enough time to come to terms with the situation?
I'm fine, thanks. There's not much that can bring me down.
but I still feel much weaker than usual. Funny, earlier today I tried to lift a container and I couldn't. Maybe it's the side effects of cryosleep. Don't worry, you'll get back in shape in a jiffy. I don't know. I need to put on at least 15 pounds by the looks of it. Plus, no offense, lose the excess fat too. I'm not sure we have the time for that here. Operating the refinery requires stamina, you know? Being strong seems to matter a lot to you.
A little extra confidence never hurt anyone. Not that it was ever my priority.
I just like the physical activity. It helped clear my head of problems. Well, we have our own problems here. I'll keep you busy enough, trust me. Yeah, this whole situation. You know, there's one thing I can't get my head around. What's that? Like, if everything that happened to me isn't true, then does that apply to the people I knew too? I mean, do they exist, but in some different version as well? It's possible, yes. Huh. So, hypothetically, someone who in my mind is, let's say, dead could actually still be alive? Hypothetically? Totally. Theoretically, everything's possible. That's overwhelming. Shit. I think I need to get my mind on something else. Good idea. Focus on the work. We still have a lot to do before we get out of here. Right. Work. Sure. See you around then. Lucas, what's up now? Kinda busy here.
I know. It's that I've only just learned the big news. You managed to build one. A Rapidium arc. Man, congrats. That's really heavy stuff.
Thanks for appreciating. I just need to get it back to Earth now.
Oh, yeah. And how are you doing down there?
I think I'm on the right track.
That's great. You're doing a good job juggling all those tasks and your altars. Kudos.
Why do I get the feeling you want something from me?
Well, it's not that I want something.
So?
I just thought, well, it really can make a difference if you bring back one arc, or, well, more. Since you already have the outpost in place, you know, all the infrastructure.
And what difference will it make if I bring more, say 2 Rapidium arcs instead of 1, or even, I don't know, 5? There still won't be enough for everyone.
But there will be more for everyone. Independent startups, NGOs, research labs. There's this subsidy program that warrants a share for them in case of success. And even if it's only a small share for a small number of them, it's gonna mean one thing. Diversification, Mr. Dalsky. That always serves people.
What's in it for you and your boss?
Oh, no, it's not like that. This is my initiative. I just think that... Look, we both work for a corporation, and it's only fair we're delivering the Rapidium to them. But it doesn't mean we can only feed the big fish, you know? We're all connected, in a way. Like, if there's pain in the little finger, the whole body feels it. That's just my personal opinion.
Let me guess. Your grandma used to say that?
No, actually, I read that somewhere.
Okay. No promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, Mr. Dulski. It really means a lot to me. And to so many others, I'm sure.
No problem. By the way, can you quit with that Mr. Dulski crap? My name is Jan.
Oh. Okay, Jan. Yeah, cool. I'm Lucas, in case you wanna... You know.
I caught that, Lucas. No worries.
Sure. Yeah. Anyway, good luck with the Rapidium, Jan. I'm L7 out. For now.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
No way! Is that my old pipe?
Yeah, and it sure is old. I didn't use it often after high school, to be honest.
That's why it looks better than I remembered. I used it a lot. It inspired so many crazy ideas for fixing the world. Thank you.
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it.
Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
I heard you had another accident. Are you okay?
Don't worry, I'm fine. It's fine. It's not because of the painkillers, I swear.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, but I'm gonna have to take them away from you.
Ugh, you have no idea what you're doing to me. Heartless bastard.
If we don't get the base moving soon, the sun will get to us. And believe me, this tin can will offer zero protection.
Yeah, well, at least we would die as the hottest dudes in the universe.
Is this a joke to you? Our lives are at stake. Let's get back to work.
Come on, man. I just wanted to lighten the mood a bit before we get fried.
Keeping busy, I hope.
Hey, you wanted to discuss something? Yeah, I want to know when you started being such a pushover. What? You heard me. I'm not blind. I can see the workload pile up. And you, eager to take new orders. I'm only doing what I want to do. Just because it's in line with directions from Earth doesn't mean I'm a pushover. Oh, so you're telling me that delaying our escape to build a Rapidium arc was your idea? Or maybe you're telling that to yourself. So let me get this straight. You'd rather we didn't secure the Rapidium? Not if it weakens our chances. Our survival depends on Maxwell. He's in charge whether we like it or not. Yeah, so was Dad. The man of the house. I thought you regretted not standing up to him. Looks like you didn't learn much. That's a little below the belt. You're right. Sorry, this place is getting to me. All I'm saying is, we should do something just for ourselves. Something not work-related, not productive in any way. Like what? Well, there's a social room module available in this base. We could start with that. I bet it has a beer pong table. Yeah, see? A smile on your face. Let's build a place where we can chill out and play beer pong, and then, after I've beaten you, we can talk more serious stuff. What do you say? Okay, it's on. Lucas, what is it now?
Hey, Jan. Sorry to bother you again, but there's this thing you need to take care of ASAP.
Other than Rapidium?
Yes. Your wife, ex-wife.
Lena? What happened?
Oh, nothing. It's just that, someone from the board informed her about your status, and it's gotten a little nervy. You know she can't find out about the altars, right?
I know that. I'm not stupid.
Good. Great. Still, the thing is, she's asking around, trying to find out things herself. So, can you just please tell her not to? You know, next time she calls.
Tell her to... Yeah, that's a good one. Telling Lena to back away will just work her up, especially if it's coming from my mouth.
Oh. Well, then maybe just, I don't know, reassure her? Like, say everything is fine and you need focus time, stuff like that?
I don't know, Lucas. I wish I could talk to her, but I just don't feel convincing enough. Whenever I open my mouth, I seem to be saying something other than I intended.
Oh, that sucks. Still, we definitely need to solve this problem. Hey, how about this? Listen, I know it sounds crazy, but what if maybe there's an alter of yours out there who would know how to talk to her?
What? You mean...
Yeah, someone You who she'd listen to.
Interesting.
Just give it a shot, Jan. We really can't let anyone find out. It's for your own good.
You guys seem to be worrying about my good a lot.
I hope you don't doubt that, Jan. I gotta go offline now. Best of luck. L7 out.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena.
Oh, shit. You're kidding, right? Tell me this is a joke.
What? No, do you know her?
Look, I don't know what that crazy harpy told you, but I paid her back.
Are you sure?
Well, almost. I just needed time, but man, did she get all fussy about it. Remember, never borrow money from somebody you met on an app.
Who are you talking about?
Well, you just asked about her. Lena Wong. You go through all that shit with her too?
No, I actually meant Lena Berg. Ever heard of her?
Berg? No. Oh. Phew. For a moment there, you got me sweating she was after me in space.
Relax. Your debts don't exist in this reality.
Right, yeah. Wow. That is a relief.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena.
Lena? Lena who?
Lena Berg? Did you know her?
Lena. Wait, are you talking about that pink-haired barmaid from Barcelona? The one that sang arias while making the most awesome Negronis? I think her name was Lena. Or... no. It was... Leanne. Yeah, Leanne. Oh, my bad.
Never mind.
Something wrong?
Yeah, the computer in the lab is lagging.
Did you try turning it off and on again?
Do you seriously... Oh. No, I didn't. How's that phantom pain of yours? Are you feeling any better?
No, I'm not. It's not going away.
Huh, that's not good. Maybe you would benefit from a proper timeout in the infirmary?
Yeah, I'll sure appreciate it when the next surge of pain gets me.
Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena.
Go ahead then. Ask.
Do you know her?
No.
Seriously?
I wish you could see your face.
I can, unfortunately. I made a curious discovery. Another distortion? I don't know. It was different this time. It didn't look dangerous, no radiation. Actually, it didn't do anything. But it caught your attention. It's like nothing I've seen before. It must have something in common with the other distortions. Question is, are they the cause or the reason of so much rupidium here? I'd like to study them more. So would I. And for that, we'll have to design our own tools. Do you have anything specific in mind? Let me think about it. I need to look through Professor Frankov's lectures, as well as notes from other expeditions. We have a theory. I just need to find a way to put it into practice. Hey, I wanted to ask you about Lena. Lena Berg. Right on. She had a promising career. I wonder what happened to her. So you didn't marry her? Marry? Come on. We both had much more interesting things to do with our lives. And different things too. You know how it is. When people evolve, their priorities change, and all of a sudden, you just realize that if you held on, you'd only be in each other's way. Yeah. Guess you're right. Of course I'm right. Parting ways was one of the best decisions in our lives. You and Lena still friends? We married. Then we divorced. Thank you for sparing me the sorry part in between. I suppose this concise story proves that it was never meant to be whatever either of us did. Fair point, I guess. Glad I could help. I ran into another anomaly. This one was different. It was like this distortion was closing in on me, as if I was pulling it toward me. How extraordinary. Maybe its magnetic field is interacting with your suit. Yeah, well, running away from it was no fun. Keeping clear of it is the only thing you can do for now. Let's keep collecting observations. I feel we're onto something groundbreaking here. Hey man, I can see you've been tense lately. Who? Me? Nah, I'm cool. Come on, let me help. How do you usually deal with, anxiety?
Anxiety? I'm not a wimp. I don't do anxiety.
None of us do. We're one hell of a tough team.
That's right. We'll get by.
You managed to recreate the blueprints? Believe it or not, I did. Amazing job. I'm proud of you. As if I needed that. But it was motivating to know you believed in me. Anyway, now it's all down to getting those anchors in place. You'll need a specific type of superconductive polymer to build them. More work. Great. I choose to be deaf to your sarcasm. So, where do I get these polymers from? They can be produced in a refinery. Good thing you already built one. You can set up production at once. Let me warn you, it's a time-consuming process, so you'd better step on it. But I believe in you. Huh. Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yes! There we go. Yes! damn it.
You're a gift to me. Nice party eyes, you're an individual. Canal. Uninviting, just body bits. Your haircut's changed. I don't know how I feel.
Not bad, mate. Thanks for the game. Yeah, you're not as bad as I thought. Maybe there's still potential in you, but you really need to stop doing everything people want from you. You mean, like, building a dormitory when someone tells you they're tired of sleeping on the floor? Exactly. Or building a social room when they want some action.
Are you telling me I should have ignored you?
No, man. No, I'm glad you didn't. I'm just saying people are gonna want things from you. All the time. Just like that Maxwell guy and whoever else from Earth. You gotta learn how to say no sometimes. Because you'll never please everybody. And you can forget about yourself.
Like with Dad?
Yeah, sort of.
I guess you're right. Thanks. I'll remember that.
Because it might just come a little more or a little less than
Hey, Dad. What was it like here? Before?
Before the 8th fall?
Before all of it. In the beginning.
Well, suppose it's time. Sit, son. Today, I tell you the history of the universe.
The beginning is much like the end. Even though we haven't seen it, we know it's there. Its story was written in the stars all along, but also never before. What? It's some heady stuff, son. Go with me here. First, there was nothing. Then, a great interdimensional being, the one in which we all reside, had a thought. This thought created the spark that started it all. Our existence, a neural pathway forged in the being's mind. Whoa, we're in the brain of a big monster? Yup. I mean, monster is a little rude, but... From here, everything we know was created. Time, space, stars, galaxies, planets, and eventually, our home, Earth.
Seriously?
Land, sea, sky, all in perfect balance to cook up life. From deep beneath the ocean, microbes emerged. They split and reproduced and swam and walked and flew. Plants and animals, dinosaurs, humans, robots, dinosaurs again, xenomans, Gugorgians, and...
what was the one before robots and after dinosaurs?
Plants?
No,
Before robots.
And after dinosaurs.
Humans.
Humans, yeah. What were humans?
Oh, they were a kind of animal around for a bit. So, after the Gugorgians budded from the crust, they were faced
What did the
with,
humans like to do?
I don't know, probably the same stuff as the dinosaurs.
What did they look like?
Like apes with haircuts. Look, son, I can't stress this enough. The humans were just a blip in time. They were completely ineffectual.
But didn't they make the robots?
Well, didn't the primordial ooze make the humans?
I guess, yeah.
See? It's all genetic processes of evolution. No one gets full credit for any of it. Same as how the time bees built their hive in the core, which led to the evolutionary split in time-space. That was a huge leap forward, but no one gave them an award for it. And the bees checked all the timelines, no awards.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad. Go on.
Okay. After the Gugorgians emerged from the crust as deep Earth cicadas, they eventually mated with the lava beings to create the Era of Light. The true awakening where all life in the universe saw each other and one full collective consciousness was achieved. No more wars, no more attrition, just pure, unfiltered...
And did humans have video games?
Alright, what the hell's going on here, son? Humans didn't mean shit! If anything, they were a speed bump along the way. Wasted millennia trying to make boats a thing. But yes, they had video games. They also had saturated fats and mouth kisses. They were all over the place. Not worth any more thought.
I feel like we should pay more attention to them. I don't know. They seem important.
If you want important, we can talk about how the Botnoids swallowed the moon and tried to hold it ransom when the moon collectors showed up. That was something. Humans are so nothing, it's hard to put into words. Just forget about them.
I'm trying, but I can't stop thinking about them. They seem so rad. And all of a sudden, I want to start a live stream where people watch me talk about all the cool stuff humans did. And sometimes I do gear reviews. What's wrong with me, Dad?
Oh no. Okay. Son, you're gonna be fine. Let me just make a call. Hang on.
Yeah, I'll have an extra dry Zortini. Yeah, just fill it with sand. And then, hang on. Hello?
Hey, Doc, sorry to bother you. My boy here, he can't get thoughts of humans out of his head.
Uh-huh. And has he been operating as though other people would find these thoughts interesting?
Uh-huh.
Just some people, a couple thousand. I'd start small.
Okay, yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this lately. It's an inflammation in his ego.
His what?
The ego. It's a vestigial organ in the upper chamber of the subconscious. It's part of our long-dormant human genetic code. You know, in humans, it was used to regulate self-image, activate attention-seeking, and check if your hair looked cool. For us, it usually doesn't serve any function at all. Sometimes a little bit of food gets caught in there and it acts up. What it does, it's like deep within you, your humanity itself is trying to be noticed, crying out for credit and respect, desperately hoping to pass on a legacy.
Oh no. Is there any way to deactivate it?
Oh yeah, it's incredibly fragile. Quick remote surgery, I could pop it out and set it straight.
Oh, great, yes. But please, go ahead.
Alright, stand still there, buddy.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Okay, listen, Ego. You're a small part of a collective existence wherein you yourself are completely insignificant.
Yeah, well, I know you are, but what am I?
Amazing. Thanks, Doc.
No problem.
That's ridiculously
sorry,
amusing.
yeah, lumpfish, over easy. Thank you.
Thanks, Dad. That's better already. I can feel the humans fading away forever now. Wow, I feel so connected to everything. I think I'm starting to get it. It's not about getting attention or leaving some kind of all-about-me legacy. We're all part of the same thought.
Exactly, son. It's pretty special just to be part of something. It doesn't have to be about getting credit. Diane, you good?
Oh yeah, just had a silly little thought.
What a fucked up world we live in, huh?
I feel good about today.
Hey there. You wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, I've been thinking about the branching thing.
It's so confusing. Tell me about it.
I mean, remember how I told you about my body? The one I know versus this one? Well, I don't get it. Why is it exactly that we're created with different minds, like, you know, different beverages or snacks, but then we all end up in the same packaging? It doesn't make much sense. Well, it's not the packaging that matters most. It's the content. That's what they say. But you don't brew ale only to pour it into plastic bottles. My skills, my whole personality derives from a certain lifestyle, and that makes my mind and body inseparable. That's how it feels to me.
Huh. I never looked at it that way.
I know, and honestly, I find it a little hard to understand. I mean,
How can you be so careless about your body? It's the only one you'll ever have, man. Why'd you let it become so neglected? I guess I just had more important things to do. Studying, settling down, buying a house. Funny. Now that I look at it, you probably didn't have my motivation. Which was? Well, for me, it all started when I moved abroad. You know, after Mom died, I decided to stay there, and for a while it was pretty lonely out there. Didn't you have friends? Not at first, no. You can laugh, but I was a little apprehensive to jump into a new environment. It was just work and sleep, and some bad eating habits. So that's when you started working out. Out of boredom at first. Then, kind of became a fun thing. I made friends, started going out a lot, but by that time, the gym had become an important part of my routine. I drank less, slept better, and it just made me feel in control of my life, you know? I get you. Now that you've told me the whole story. Thanks. You know, maybe if I could get back to my routine here, at least in some way, it could really help me shake off all this anxiety. I'd probably sleep better, feel more like me. Do you think there's a chance you could help me get my hands on some exercise equipment here? I could try. Really? Thanks, bro. I knew I could confide in you. I have some comments about your mining technique. My what? You're fast, but I think you could be even faster if you change the interval ratio to... Bro, bug off. Hey, so, how am I doing? According to your high standards? You want me to tell you? When you're successful, you know it. You don't have to run around asking people. Is success really all that matters to you? What else is there? Helping others. There's value in that, true, but the needs of others are like an endless well. You'll never fill it up no matter what you do. Being successful in science, business, or even art, that gives a real opportunity to change the face of the world. Tell me, did you never even think about having that kind of impact? I remember being very motivated in the first years of my studies, motivated and competitive. Yeah. So, when did you stop pushing? I didn't want my life to be just about work. So when I got a good business offer, I thought it would be a smart way to have the cake and eat it. The beginning of a downfall. Why did you stay at the university? Because of a scholarship I didn't get. Wait, you mean the one we had in our pocket? But lost in the final round, yes. Oh yeah, I took that hard. So did I. But it motivated me. I stayed to have a go at that scholarship next year, and I succeeded. My reaction was the human one, I guess. If you mean flawed, then yes, I suppose it was. But it's not being human or not that differentiates me from you. It's simple, Jan. I'm successful because I'm the version of you that doesn't get discouraged by failure. Imagine what I could achieve in your role here. I'm pretty sure I can be just as efficient. We'll see about that. Okay, I'm done. I can do this now. I can do this now. Fuck's sake.
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it.
Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
Come and find me when you have a moment. I feel good about... Hey, something you wanted to discuss with me? Remember our little chat about success? Yeah, what about it? I wanted to suggest we push harder. No, we're working hard enough. But you're not pushing. You're not crunching. Seriously? A lot of productivity is wasted on socializing, binge watching a series for the 100th time, or just pointless moping about. People can work till they drop, you know. It's been done before in emergency situations. Won't everyone hate me for it? Of course they will. But if you want to achieve things, you need to learn to push people and stop caring about what everyone thinks, like a teenager on prom night. Still, it doesn't sound like something I could keep up forever. No, but even doing it at small intervals can drastically speed up the completion of crucial tasks. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it and try later. Ever seen a good captain hesitate? If you want to do it now, or you'll get them used to procrastinating.
I envy you. You believe everything can be fixed as long as everyone has good intentions.
I have something for you. The exercise equipment you asked for.
Awesome, man! I knew I could rely on you. Can't wait to try these babies out.
What the fuck? Did you just chop your arm off?
What's it look like? A fucking prank. I had to get rid of it.
But why?
Because it wasn't just in my head. It was real. Real pain, and I ended it. Like you couldn't. Just fuck off.
I'm done here. Should I do this now? Shit. What the hell was that? Whoa, that radiation spike is scary. I better check on the filters. Command room's down. What next? Me to take care of this? good about today.
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier. Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it.
Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
Got a minute?
Bite later?
We need to talk. Jan, there's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet.
Need me to do this?
So, what do you got for me? An invention I'm particularly proud of. The Luminator.
You mean a flashlight?
You have a talent for making extraordinary things sound mundane. It's not just a flashlight, Jan. Tell me, when you encounter these distortions, what is your priority?
I'd like to investigate them more.
Now you'll be able to do it.
Okay. How?
Professor Frankov discovered that certain frequencies of light waves can be used to peer into proximity planes, to study them. I've used his observations to create my illuminator so it can reveal elements of the integral hidden to the human eye. But it also has another, more pragmatic application. It can help to eliminate distortions.
How is that supposed to help me examine them?
I'm just giving you a tool. You decide how to use it. You see, distortions are created around puncture points between potential universes. That much we know. Now, with the Illuminator, they should become much more visible to you. Focusing the Illuminator's light waves exactly on the puncture point will allow you to seal that rift. You could compare it to cauterizing a wound.
Damn, That does sound promising.
Indeed. Now you see why I don't like calling it a flashlight.
You wanted to discuss something?
Yes. That moron who amputated his arm for no reason. Can you believe it? At a moment like this, we can't afford to have unproductive crew members on board.
Not much we can do about it now.
Well, we have to do something. That's why I wanted to talk. I could fit him with a prosthetic arm.
That's a great idea. Don't get beside yourself. It's a standard procedure in such cases.
Of course, I'd need a little time to tweak the details. Just assign the task to me and I'll know what to do. Have no doubt. If we want to meet our targets, we'll need a miner on top form.
Hey, man. Can we talk? You wanted to talk about something? Yeah, our one-armed friend. I've heard the scientist wants to give him a prosthetic arm to make him more productive. Yeah, and make his life easier. You seriously concerned about how he feels? Because if you are, then you probably realize he didn't self-harm for no reason, and a prosthetic won't necessarily solve the problem. What are you saying? You might want to consider a different solution, more sophisticated and compassionate. Compassionate? Yeah, well, I was thinking Rapidium speeds up organic growth, right? And since you created us, our whole bodies from just a DNA sample, can't you use the same technology to recreate a single limb? Oh, sure, so that the miner can just cut it off again? And what if he doesn't? Look, I know he felt that pain before, but what if this time you gave him his arm? One that would feel like a part of him from the very start. Show him that you believe he deserves a second chance. How can you be sure the pain won't come back? I can't. But something tells me it won't, because the problem is not really in his arm. All right, I'm listening. The poor bastard's insecure as hell. Changing that would be a big deal. And how would you go about it? I'm sure the scientist could figure out a way. He's too efficiency-driven to commit to it, but I know you could push him to make the extra effort. You wanted to talk? Yeah, the magnetic storm. Quite a ride, huh? Tell me about it. Glad we're out of it. For good, I hope. Hope is the mother of fools. If you ask me, it looks like recurring magnetic storms might be a thing around here. We should think about how to prepare in case another one hits us. Any ideas? Actually, yes. Tell me. Well, it's pretty obvious that during emergencies, the base relies heavily on existing supplies, right? Right? That means we could use a smarter way to manage our production, to make sure we have a stable backup of all the crucial stuff. That would be nice. Well, listen to this. I found something in the manuals. The procedure we could set up. It's called Uphold Production. It lets you choose any item you want to produce. Let's say a radiation filter, and establish the amount of it you always want to have at the ready. Whenever you have less items on stock than you need, new ones will be queued for production automatically. Just like that.
Huh. That sounds like it could spare us a lot of micromanagement.
Exactly. Try it out and maybe we won't die because someone forgot to make mush.
I'm done here. Should I do this now?
All done. Should I take care of this now?
I feel good about today.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Hey, I wanted to talk to you about the miner's arm again. What's there to talk about? The solution is simple. A prosthetic arm. I was thinking, what if we try to use Rapidium to grow it back? Now, why would we want to do that? To experiment with this fascinating technology? You know what makes me tick? And it is tempting. But the timing, not so good. We're here for a simple reason. Mine as much Rapidium as we can and bring it back to Earth. Everything else has to wait. So, you're telling me you can't do it? I didn't say that. All I said is that a prosthetic arm is a quick and reliable solution. This treatment you suggest is time-consuming and highly unpredictable. Not to mention we'd be wasting Rapidium. But of course, I can cope with any task you assign to me. It's your call. Lena?
Hey. How are you holding up?
I've been better, thanks.
Sorry. Stupid question.
What's up?
Well, you said you wouldn't mind me keeping an open channel, so I thought I'd check up. I'm worried. Mining Ops is not giving me too much information. All they told me is that you're having some kind of a delay. Is it true? Are you in trouble?
Yeah, serious trouble. My base is stuck in the middle of nowhere, and there's a lava river I need to cross.
Aren't they helping you?
I did get some unfinished research from the Versin project. It's a terminated program, but, I mean, you know what? Let's not get into details.
Okay. That doesn't sound reassuring. Look. This isn't personal. But the way this situation is managed is wrong in so many ways. I looked up this Maxwell guy, and there seems to be a weird secrecy around him everywhere he goes.
Secrecy?
Yeah. Not much information about how he got into mining ops. Nothing on what he did prior to that. I'm starting to worry he's playing games to get all the credit for finding Rapidium. At the cost of your safety, Jan.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Then why did you put your life in his hands by going on that stupid mission?
I just needed to go somewhere far away, get away from it all, from, you know, everything. So, I did it for myself, I guess.
Of course you did. Forget I asked. Forget I even... Never mind. You know what? I better go. I hope Maxwell gets you home safe. Bye, Jan.
Look at this beauty. Jan gave me my old lucky multi-tool. Now that's what I call a practical gift. Bite later?
This looks like a good spot to place the bridge anchors. Huh. Incredible. Let's see where this leads.
Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Should I do this now?
Hi there. I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier. Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you? No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it. Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being I have something for you. I used the illuminator on one of those strange areas on the surface, and it revealed some sort of plants, but not real
living plants. More like a projection of another dimension that became visible to me. Keep going. I followed their path and found something that could have been their core. And when I used the illuminator on it, I found some interesting specimens. Really? Specimens from the interval. Did you secure them properly? Of course. I have to take them to my lab immediately. Let me study them thoroughly. Jan, this is beyond my wildest dreams. A whole new area of research wide open before me. Before us. Lucas, what's up?
I thought I'd check up on you. How's that bridge going?
All good, Lucas. Everything under control. Why do you ask?
Well, I just wanted to tell you again how important what you're doing is. You know, collecting rubidium. In case you forgot, which would be totally understandable. I mean, I wouldn't want you to feel pressured. You don't have to worry about it now if you've got more important things on your list. Just, don't forget about it completely, okay? Keep it in the back of your head, please, for when you're less busy.
Okay, Lucas. Noted.
Perfect. Speak soon.
Come and find me when you have a moment.
What a week.
So, do you have time for a little job evaluation?
Excuse me?
Great. I think there's room for improvement in the speed of your work.
You're joking, right?
I didn't manage to pull it off. The 48-hour crunch. I noticed. Well, what can I say? I hope that failure doesn't bring you down, because it only drives me to push harder. Find me when you have a moment. Jan, we're running out of storage space, you know? How's work on the miner's new arm going? I came up with something. You could call it a serum. You can brew it in the kitchen, if you like. The arm should grow back within hours, but don't sue me if his mental problems aggravate. Aggravate? It's an experiment, isn't it? The outcome is always hard to predict. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What's up?
like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea.
Really? What a fucked up world we live in, huh?
Hello, Jan. There's an issue we need to discuss. Let's meet. I'm done. Should I do this now? Our workplace is damaged. Should I work on this while you're scheduling repairs?
Nothing like a general.
Wanted to talk? Yes, I managed to come up with a satisfactory magnetic storm prediction system. We'll be ready for the next one when it comes. If it comes.
Great. I feel safer already.
But that's not all. While analyzing the nature of this phenomenon, I discovered something very curious. You do know how dangerous it is to be outside the base during a magnetic storm, right?
I do now. The radiation levels go crazy. It could be lethal.
Well, it might be hazardous to health, but if you're a risk taker, it could also be worthwhile.
What do you mean?
I've been performing some observations, and it seems that the energy of the magnetic storm stimulates certain resource deposits to be more active and productive. 2 types of deposits, to be precise: organics and rubidium. In practical terms, it means they could be mined much more efficiently during a storm. Isn't it fascinating, Jan? Those resources are in tune with the magnetic field somehow. It's like a mysterious, unheard-of ecosystem.
Absolutely. We need to make use of that discovery.
Of course, feel free. As long as you don't send me out there.
Should I resolve this? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
I have something for you.
If it's painkillers, I don't need them anymore. I'm fine.
No. I've decided to grow you a new arm.
What?
Yeah. Sounds crazy, but here it is. A special Dulski brew made only with freshly mined rupidium.
You're fucking with me.
Why would I? I want you to be happy.
Okay, you are fucking with me. Grow back my chopped off arm? Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Would you prefer a prosthetic arm?
A prosthetic? Oh, shit. You got me there. I don't know. What do you think is better for me?
I'm confident you'd be better off with a new arm of your own. It'll be part of you, and I'm hoping it won't cause you pain anymore.
Shit, man. This is, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's confusing as fuck, but you're really getting me used to that. Okay, yeah. What the hell? I guess if you want to experiment on me. Why not?
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it.
Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier.
Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you?
No, I'm glad.
Really?
Is there a problem? Listen, Jan, we're fed up with your mistakes. What do you mean, fed up? What is this? Morale is at an all-time low. You need to reevaluate your priorities, or else.
Or else what?
Or else they will be reevaluated for you. What exactly do you want me to improve? Unfortunately, when you're dependent on the work of others, sometimes you need to give in to irrational demands. Some of us want better food. Just let them have it.
I hear you. I'll do what I can. I never thought I'd need to say it, but wow. Rid of you. go there, Chief?
Tastes safe enough.
Tastes the same, but I'm calmer anyway. move to work there instead? FYI, it looks like we're running low on repair kits.
Hey, how's the new arm?
Shit, man, I never thought I'd be so worked up about a part of myself. I can't stop looking at it. It's so, neat. Here.
Wow.
Cute, right? And guess what? No pain. I can't thank you enough, bro. I know how much it cost you to make that shit. And you nabbed some rubidium for me as well. Not to mention pissing off our whiz kid.
Careful there. I wouldn't have done anything without the scientist's research.
Oh, you're right. Here's to you and fucking Brainiac. This arm can do anything for both of you now. Well, no, not anything. You know what I mean, like, work-wise.
Sure. Just get back to what you were doing, all right? Are you calmer now with the new filtering system and everything?
I think so. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure if it wasn't just me being paranoid. But even if it was, I guess it didn't hurt, right?
That's okay. You showed initiative and,
Initiative. Sounds like some corporate bullshit. But I appreciate it. Hey man, you're clearly pissed. So,
I'd like to help. How do you normally deal with anger?
you know me. I exercise. Go for a run with loud music on, hop on a bike. Outdoor sports work best, I guess.
What about team sports? We could organize something in the base. Better not be something that involves a ball, though.
Yeah. How about a dance-off with these guys? I'd love to see the technician show off his signature moves.
About the miner's arm. Kudos to you for sticking to the hard way. Let me just say, the miner's much more self-confident now. You know, it's funny how real it feels. All of us here, like a proper crew, fighting or helping each other out, just like actual people. Yeah.
How are you still not clean? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Should I do this now?
What a shitty day. Yeah, sure. Let's work ourselves to death. Lucas?
Jan? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm calling with some good news. I managed to build another Rapidium arc.
Wow! Really? That's awesome. I know it might seem boring to you, but I really believe Rapidium can change things. You know? It wasn't always like this. I used to think it was all a big scam, an easy way for corporations to patch their post-crisis budgets with public money.
You need to have more faith in people, Lucas.
I do now. Thanks to you. I started believing again that things can change. Look, I never tell this to anybody, but you should know that back home, my older brother is doing time.
In prison? Seriously?
Yeah. You know how they always catch the little fish? My brother was a good kid. But he was unlucky. Our parents couldn't afford a higher education for us. He had to work, support the family. And where I come from, well, not too many options who you can work for, if you know what I mean. I was lucky. I met Maxwell. He paid my tuition fees.
Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe you were simply more determined to get away than your brother.
Oh, he was determined, believe me. To feed his kids. Keep them healthy. My family used to live off the land, but after water became a luxury, that was no longer possible. And with no education or rich relatives, trust me, alternatives were thin. I'm telling you, I was that close from ending up like him. If it weren't for Maxwell, my grandma says it was a miracle.
How did Maxwell find you?
Simple. He was looking for promising students. And I'd just taken part in a science Olympiad in my country. I had a good result. Very good, actually. And my topic was quantum algorithms. Call it what you want. Destiny. Pure chance. Fact is, Maxwell was going through a tough time in his life too. But that's a whole different story for some other time, maybe.
It was good talking to you.
You too. Good luck. And keep it up, okay? More arcs really could mean a better world. I'll send it out.
Me to do this? I can do this now.
Hello, I guess.
Hello, I guess. What's up?
I noticed how much time...
take care of this now? Looks like I'm done. Should I go there next?
Hey, what's going on? What are you arguing about?
We got together to celebrate our progress, but it looks like we've reached the limits of a constructive discussion regarding our different views
We can't agree on the playlist. I say nothing beats good old rock and roll, but it seems our tastes got pretty rotten in some branches. Rotten is good. Grunge is good. If you ask me, we should get us some turntables and launch a proper set. Turn this place into a club.
You might not have noticed, but I was trying to make a point. If you really have to listen to music now, pick something we can focus to and think about the challenges ahead. Ever heard of a surgeon celebrating while the patient is still on the operating table?
Yada, yada, yada. I bet your taste in music is just about as fresh as that patient.
That's because your narrow mind will never grasp the beauty of AI-fueled synth jazz.
Okay, guys, let's not kill ourselves over a stupid party playlist, please. You never said what you'd want to hear. Let's get a rave started. Hell yeah!
Unbelievable.
Look, there's definitely one thing we have in common. We are very emotional about a party playlist. Of course we are. Hey, I just realized something. Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we all start out playing with Frickle Pickle?
Oh my word. Just as I was fighting so hard to get that memory out of my mind, the very mention of that ludicrous name makes me want to die of humiliation.
Come on, it was a high school rock band. It had to be cringy to be authentic. Hey, remember that gig we had in a shed and the electricity died and we ended up moving to a total stranger's house for an epic after party?
And thank goodness that joke of a band broke up when everyone went away to college.
Speak for yourself. I got together with the guys several years later and we jammed on the weekends. Some good tunes we played too. And to think it all started with Uncle Martin's guitar.
He wasn't exactly a perfect teacher, unless you wanted to learn how to chug a bottle of beer in under 5 seconds.
That's because he was a musician, not a babysitter. Remember the first thing he made us play? Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the fucker out.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't that.
I wonder if we'd even remember how to play that simple tune. I haven't touched a guitar in ages. Really? Oh, I never gave up jamming with the Freckles. Well, not until the accident. Tinkering with synth loops was more of my thing.
Luckily, we're not here to perform music.
You know what? You're right. We should definitely do it. You really are a genius. I bet we could write a song Uncle Martin would dig. All we need is a guitar. You up to it? Man, I'm telling you, we need it.
And I'm telling you this is the least important of our priorities. Hello?
Jan, this is Maxwell. I have good news. I managed to get your rescue team airborne.
About time.
I've noticed you like complaining, Jan. If all your crew members share this trait, I can see why it can be an uphill battle.
Hey, that's a little mean.
Come on. I know you can take a joke. Believe me, I am as impatient as you for your safe return. And how is your cargo?
My alters? They're doing fine.
I was asking about Rapidium.
Oh. It's safe.
It's interesting they were the first thing that came to your mind. Very telling. Have you created many?
I've made as many as I could.
That's good. I know it's a challenge, but you mustn't be afraid to do anything that can increase your chances. You should know I've been busy too. Testing the waters, as they say, about the possible fate of your potential crew after you come back.
You mean you still haven't told anyone?
It's too early, Jan.
Why?
There's one thing you need to understand about those people. No one makes it to the board of a corporation for being nice. It's an award you get for putting the interests of stakeholders before anything else. Which boils down to being a passive opportunist with no moral center.
But I don't get it. My alters are in the interest of the corporation. I had to make them to bring back Rapidium, right?
Yes, but they're also a liability. Imagine an uncontrolled leak to the public. Moral outrage on socials, competition taking over the narrative. Heads would have to fall, Rapidium or not. No, we don't want them to panic.
And whose interest are you protecting? What are you hiding, Maxwell?
You got me there, Jan. I am hiding something quite embarrassing. An idealistic dream.
What about?
Remember when I told you about our lives being governed by chaos?
And how we struggle to find a meaningful pattern in it.
You are experiencing it clearly now, aren't you? Well, ever since I learned about your discovery, I keep thinking about Rapidium as the opportunity for us to stop being slaves to chaos. That is why, contrary to the members of the board, I will sacrifice everything to protect your mission.
It feels good to have somebody on my side.
Thank you for your trust. Let me tell you something in return about myself. You see, the career in management wasn't always what I had in mind for myself. I used to be a geneticist, preoccupied by scientific work, exciting, promising experiments.
So, the old research Lucas dug up.
Yes, it was mine.
You're responsible for all this. The mine records, the branching.
It's never just one person, Jan. But yes, I was in charge of that project.
Did you experiment on people?
I can't say any more. I'm sorry. Not now. Not on this connection. For the very same reasons I had to discontinue my work. And this is where it gets tricky. Because if anyone from the board finds out what we've done together, they could get the wrong idea, if you know what I mean.
That you're experimenting again?
That I'm using the situation to turn things around for myself.
Aren't you?
That's quite a harsh accusation, considering the mess I've got you out of, Jan Dolsky.
Okay. I get it.
So it's just between me and you. And I have to warn you, it may get harder for you.
Harder? How?
Well, there might come a moment when the interest of your alters, at least some of them, will differ significantly from yours.
Are you trying to scare me?
I just want you to prepare.
For what?
Tough decisions.
That's very cryptic.
Well, it's the best I can do. Remember, we're both in uncharted territory. Lucas is working on establishing the most convenient rendezvous point. He'll dispatch the coordinates to you as soon as he's found a good location.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Take care, Jan. It's going well. Just keep it up, and you'll be proud of yourself.
Okay, I've got us a guitar. Now, what do we want to play? How about something from our old repertoire? We had a few hits up our sleeves.
For crying out loud, can't you just let it go? Do you really want to sing something a 16-year-old version of yourself wrote?
Huh. People liked our lyrics, but yeah, I guess they didn't age well. We had some sick tunes. How about this? We could use one of our old tunes, but come up with new lyrics, something fresh and relatable to, well, our audience.
And by audience, you mean?
Us, obviously. Let's write about us. What do you think, Jan?
I like it.
Let's get down to it. That's the spirit.
And what exactly would you write about?
Like I said, something relatable. We should write about us, our crew. What unites us, what divides us. Right. We could have a few verses about things we lost along the way. And I could sing something about things we really want to get back from the bottom of my heart, you know? Sounds like a plan. I'll take the first verse. You, Brainiac?
What about me?
You didn't think you'd get away with it, did you?
You're not gonna leave me alone, are you?
Nope. We're in this together.
Fine. Give me the shortest part.
And what'll you sing about?
Quantum mechanics? What else? Let's add some meaning to this pointless activity.
Okay, then. Jan, your turn. You take the second verse. What are you gonna sing about?
Sing about all the things we've been through.
Well, that could work. You could start with something like, on the path I left behind.
How about I made choices that were not always right?
Yeah, but I'm no longer left all by myself. Together, we can win this fight. All right, looks like we've got it. Oh, sweet.
Let's just get this over with.
Come on, even you can take the stick out of your ass once in a while. Okay, here goes. Growing up apart, we shared surprisingly common ground, feeling nothing more than regret, till the coin got flipped around.
Things never said in quantum state now won't remain unspoken. The clock is unwound, the choice is unsound, could now reopen.
What if I got to spend a day with you again? Of all the things that I regret, it's losing you that truly hurts. If I could take another turn, my life would never be the same. If I could get another chance today. On the path I left behind, I've made choices that were not always right, but I'm no longer left all by myself. Together we can win this fight. Things that we lost, the personal cost, are they really gone forever? We're not gonna fail, we need to prevail and sail together. And though it seems now anything could be undone, would you be really missing things if they were never truly gone? If I could take another turn, my life would never be the same. If I could get another chance today. Oh, if I could take us somewhere now, let us win this race against the sun and find a place where we could hide tonight. Did we stop again? Are we there already? The base seems to be a bit wobbly. Are you sure we're not moving?
Or like alcohol intoxication has wreaked havoc on your vestibular system.
My what?
We're not moving. Something has to be blocking our way again. The navigation readings are curious.
Curious? What way?
I don't know exactly, but something's distorting them.
Okay. Nothing cures a hangover like taking a walk. Wanna go and check that thing out, Jan?